It wasn't long after the Wright brothers achieved the first powered flight that the military potential of airplanes was recognised. In 1909, the brothers obtained the first military contract for planes from the US Army Signal Corps. These early planes were intended as scouts, able to fly behind enemy lines to gather valuable reconnaissance. Soon the idea of dropping small bombs on the enemy was developed, and the airplane became an offensive weapon for the first time. But it wasn't until 1915 that a French plane was first fitted with its own machine gun to create the first fighter plane, intended to shoot down enemy planes. Many of the earliest fighters were converted scouts that had been retrofitted with a machine gun. The First World War was a time of rapid innovation, resulting in many different models being built in a short space of time. Due to the rapid pace of improvement, many of these planes were only built for a short time before they became obsolete. However, some aircraft like the Fokker D7, built by Germany, was so successful that their production continued after the war ended. After the First World War, many planes of the era were retired, but the importance of fighter aircraft had been proven beyond doubt. New designs were developed, but peacetime conditions meant that none of these interwar planes were produced in such large numbers. That was until the Second World War was fast approaching. Nazi Germany rapidly remilitarized, developing purpose-built fighters such as the Messerschmitt Bf 109 and the Junkers Ju 88 in huge numbers. Other nations reacted, with Britain developing the Hawker Hurricane and Sea Hurricane and the Supermarine Spitfire. The USA joined in with new planes such as the Grumman F4F Wildcat. The Second World War was another period of rapid advancement. Notable examples include the North American P-51 Mustang and the Republic P-47 Thunderbolt. By the end of the war, the USSR had caught up, massively increasing the number of planes being built, with the Yakovlev Yak-9 being a prime example. World War II saw unprecedented research and investment in military technology from all the major military powers, and the war effort led to large numbers being produced. After the war ended, this effort rapidly came to a halt. Many of the World War II era planes were immediately retired, particularly when it comes to those of the defeated nations. A number of planes continued flying into the post-war era. However, they were soon replaced by new jet-powered planes that had first appeared at the end of the war. The Cold War had started and the world had changed. The threat of nuclear war altered the requirements of fighter aircraft. There was now a race to develop supersonic interceptors to stay on high alert, ready to shoot down enemy nuclear bombers. A few early jet fighters were produced in large numbers, such as the Mikoyan Gurevich MiG-15 and the North American F-86 Sabre. These were followed by the MiG-17 and MiG-21, which amazingly both have a few examples still in service today. However, needs changed. Strategic bombers largely gave way to intercontinental ballistic missiles and submarine-launched missiles as the preferred way to deliver a nuclear deterrent. Developing new planes became ever more expensive, and military spending was squeezed. Fighters were never produced in such large numbers again, and hence not a single plane designed in the 1960s onwards even makes it into our list. Thanks for watching the video. Please check out our other videos and consider liking and subscribing.